Let's hear it again. What a great panel. It's not easy to be up here. And Mayor Stanton can go rogue anytime he'd like. I love the rally cry. I love the rogue questions anytime. So thank you so much to our panelists and for everybody to hang in with us. So I'm really pleased to have, again, another chance to showcase and honor some great work we were over the moon when Avondale was selected as an All-America City this year, earlier in the summer. And Read On Avondale is in the house and was recognized in a big way by the campaign at the All-America City Awards gathering held in Denver in June. So let's give it up for them. In fact, just a few weeks ago, the Avondale City Council held a celebration in their honor during a council meeting. I believe there was cake involved, so anytime there's cake involved, you know it's a celebration. So there's no cake today, I'm sorry, but it's still a celebration. And we're pleased to have them here, and we wanted to give them a chance to share a little bit about their Read On Avondale work. And nobody better to do that than Dr. Betsy Hargrove. So please welcome her.
Good afternoon. It is my pleasure and honor to share the work of Read On Avondale. Before I begin, I'd like to ask the team to please stand and be recognized because it is truly the work of this team. What I'm going to share with you today is what was essentially shared in Denver. So it's a story of Read On Avondale. And this story comes together around a group of people who said, how are we going to mitigate students not being successful and not being able to read by the time they reach third grade? And how do we ensure that we focus our energies around efforts that are going to make certain that every one of our children are going to be successful in our schools and into their future? And this group came together. We had city officials and staff. We had faith-based leaders. We have nonprofit organizers. We have staff from the school. We had community members who came together to ensure that our children in Avondale had everything that they possibly could need in order to be successful. And this group came together unlike any other group that I've ever seen and met each month and left with an action that was going to be met. The first thing we did was a community scan that was developed by United Way Valley of the Sun. And that data was collected and disaggregated and taken apart and put back together to come up with those gaps that we were going to meet. The gaps that we took action on were specific to developing awareness with our community and with our families, making sure that they knew the resources and the availability of structures and systems that we had right in our neighborhoods that could support them. And we did that by developing a guidebook that had all of these resources in them, and we distributed that to all of our families in both English and Spanish to ensure that the information was out there. And then we developed an outreach effort to have our families in to participate in parenting opportunities, to participate in resource gathering opportunities and events, in literacy scans at KidFest, and ensuring that they had kith and kin, and ensuring that they had nurturing parents, and making sure that the resources that we had in our neighborhoods, in our community, were in the hands of our family where they needed to be. And talking about those resources, those materials, we found out very quickly that our families did not have books in the hands of our children in our homes. And we made a concerted effort to make sure that that happened. And so when we were meeting with our families, they were walking out with books. When our parents came in and participated in those learning opportunities, they were leaving with books as well. When they came to KidFest, they left with books as well. When we had Read On Days, they left with books. One of our city officials gathered over 3,000 books and came into one of our schools and ensured that every child left with a book. Absolutely incredible opportunities to dig deep into those resources. The other piece that we did that we needed to make sure that we addressed were those early learning opportunities, those preschool educational opportunities. And just like Douglas was talking about, when that opportunity presented itself for a preschool development grant, Avondale took advantage of that. And we took advantage of that to the tune of 169 full-day preschool opportunities. So let me tell you about the impact of that, or at least let me tell you about how that, at least we hope, met a piece of the need that we had. We earned those positions in May. By August, those positions were filled. So from May until August, 169 of our students were able to action and access preschool educational opportunities that would not have had an opportunity prior to that. And then I want to talk to you about that action of this unbelievable coalition of people who came together around our community. That coalition said, for instance, Head Start. Head Start would service our 3- and 4-year-olds, and they came and said, okay, with PDG, you can only offer preschool to 4-year-olds. I'll tell you what, we'll focus on 3-year-olds so that we can maximize this opportunity. When we talk about bringing in additional resources and United Way Valley of the Sun with breakfast in the classroom, making sure that that was happening for our kids, making sure that health and wellness opportunities through Care First were happening for our students. We have Read Better, Be Better with our 3rd graders to make sure that if we're right on that cusp of our students, we can identify them early in 3rd grade and they get the support that they need. We're bringing in Raising a Reader to ensure that K to 5, we have additional opportunities for the ongoing learning and literacy and building that language for our children, birth to 5. Read on Avondale is a story about impact. It's a story about success, and it is a story about action. And they are so deserving, this group, this amazing group that has made a difference in our community, they are so deserving of the All-America City Award. Congratulations.
Thank you. You can see there is a lot happening in Avondale. They're doing a lot, and yes, it's a collaborative effort. So now I'd like to introduce our final Lit Talk of the afternoon, and we're honored to have a community leader who can, again, best be described as a force of nature.